What's going on, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder, where we talk all things Marvel and MCU. And tonight, the Moon Knight official trailer is coming out, so be sure to be on the lookout for that. I'll definitely be reacting to it and breaking it down the next day, but right now we have a little bit of news about Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man in what we all hope could be a returning film for him, a Venom vs Spider-Man film. Now, I should add that there are going to be Spider-Man No Way Home spoilers in this video. If you have somehow managed to stay away from all of the spoilers and you haven't seen the movie, you should click away now. So, it's looking like the possibility of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man going up against Tom Hardy's Venom is getting more and more of a possibility. Spider-Man No Way Home and the return of Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man and the introduction, essentially, of the true multiverse and variants with the Loki series and Spider-Man No Way Home has opened the door up for, essentially, anything. And before Spider-Man No Way Home came out, I thought that Tom Hardy's Venom was going to be going up against Tom Holland's Peter Parker, and that would be the Spider-Man vs. Venom film. But considering the ending for Spider-Man No Way Home and considering what Andrew Garfield has recently said in some interviews, I'm thinking that Tom Hardy's Venom is going to go up against Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. I'll break it all down in this video, but if you're new, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the latest Marvel videos. So, when the post-credit scene for Venom Let There Be Carnage came out, I thought, probably along with most of you, that it's finally here. Venom is going to go up against Spider-Man. And look, Venom is in the MCU now. And this happened right after Tom Hardy said that he wants his third Venom film to be a Venom vs. Spider-Man film. He literally stated this outright in interviews. That's the goal, and he'd be foolish to not go for the goal. So the post-credit for Let There Be Carnage came out, we all thought, alright, there it is, they are actually doing it. But then we got the post-credit for Spider-Man No Way Home, and it kind of took back everything that we knew. Yes, it does seem like there is going to be a Venom vs. Spider-Man film, however, it doesn't really look like it's going to be Tom Hardy's Venom / Eddie Brock going up against Tom Holland's Spider-Man. It actually looks like they're going to go more of a comic accurate route here in the MCU. A piece of the Venom symbiote was left behind in the MCU. It's going to attach to Tom Holland's Spider-Man. He will eventually get rid of it, and then it'll go to Eddie Brock. But again, Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock went back to the Sony SpiderMan Verse, which means he's probably not going up against Tom Holland's Spider-Man. But if this is still the end goal for Tom Hardy and Venom 3, then who exactly is he going to go up against? Well, since Andrew Garfield recently returned as Spider-Man, he would make the most sense. Now, at first we weren't sure if this could or would actually happen because Andrew was just returning for a cameo in No Way Home. However, after No Way Home came out, Andrew Garfield got a ton of praise about reprising his role as Peter Parker / Spider-Man. He did an amazing job, and he was personally one of my favorite parts about the film. So since then, you have to imagine that the studio is wondering if they could bring him back. And in some recent interviews, he has stated that he would be interested in coming back if it were right, if it made sense, and he has recently expressed interest in a Venom vs. Spider-Man film. Here's what he had to say about returning for other films in a recent interview with Josh Horowitz of the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast. In terms of moving forward with the character, I am definitely open to that. It would have to be something very unique, very special, and of service to the audience and the character. I think there's something playful and unique and odd and unexpected to be done. I'm not sure what it is, but if we can figure it out, that would be so much fun. Now, when I hear him say this, I think back to his line in the movie where he says, I want to fight an alien. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man talks about fighting Venom, Tom Holland's Spider-Man talks about fighting Thanos, and our boy Andrew gets left out because he's never fought an alien before, but it looks like he might have that opportunity here. And when the possibility of him going up against Tom Hardy's Venom came up, this is what he had to say. That's a cool idea. So it seems like Andrew Garfield would be on board with that, and we know Tom Hardy wants a Venom vs. Spider-Man film. So could this be Venom 3, Venom vs. Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man returning once again to the big screen? I personally would really love this, and I think they could do this in a very, very unique way that would just be super cool to see on screen. And in terms of what we have and haven't seen on screen at this point, we've seen almost pretty much everything. We've seen Avengers Endgame, where all of the Marvel characters combined and fought together. We just saw Spider-Man No Way Home, where the 3 Spider-Men got together. I think it's about time for a Spider-Man vs. Venom film, but let me know what you all think in the comments down below. Would you like Andrew Garfield to return as Spider-Man and go up against Tom Hardy's Venom? Don't forget to like the video, and for live updates, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Be sure to look out for the Moon Knight trailer tonight and my video on it. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.